That's Sherratt in deep, scores! Bank shot in front of the net, and it's 3-0.
Kelly Sutherland saying this is kicked in. He's waving off that this is no goal. And he's going to have a little chat here with Eric Furlat to make sure that they both, but he was emphatic. Like, he did not delay at all. He was standing right there as the official down low, and what an important call this is going to be.
Sherratt doesn't get down there very often. Armia.
Okay, maybe he's not calling the kick. Is he calling it goalie interference right off the bat? There's, oh boy, it didn't, well, he got the stick for sure, but he was emphatic right away that he was waving off. He went right through the blue paint, and yeah, maybe he is. There was no question that right foot moved a little bit. But let's hear what
There is no goal on the play due to goaltender interference.
Okay. I was thinking maybe he was kicking motion.
He did deflect it with his foot in, but he, as you saw, was bumping into the goaltender at about the same time.
So if I'm Gerard Gallant, aren't I saying, well, why isn't there a penalty then? I know you can make that call. Well, you wonder here, does Paul Maurice challenge this now? And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to challenge that he doesn't feel it is goalie interference.
I'm not sure that he can win this challenge.
I'm not either, especially when the call is emphatic on the ice. The one thing you've seen often called is that right there, the collision with the top of Fleury's stick, and as every goaltender will say, that's like your rudder. It keeps you there. Yeah, he's Gerard Gallant saying that's exactly what the call. This is, if you're Paul Maurice though, Jim, maybe you go, you're hoping you're not going to need your timeout later, and a 3-0 lead would be such a huge momentum swing early in this game.
He will have seen it, or someone on his staff will have seen it and recommended that he go ahead with the challenge here and see if he can get this to 3-0.
But when you see Kelly Sutherland, how emphatic he was right off the bat and called it out, I can't believe this one's going to get turned back.
Kelly, having made his call, is in conversation, and we'll have some input into this along with Chris King at the NHL Situation Room.
Like, watch his reaction. There is just no hesitation whatsoever. He was pretty emphatic about what he saw. Almost looked like Fleury gave him a little tap on the pads too when he went by.
This is like a timeout for the Vegas Golden Knights, and probably not a bad thing, especially if it stays at 2-0, because they're starting to come apart here and make some mistakes.
You always get that debate. Would you rather be the team that just played 2 nights ago, or the one that's had a week off? You know, you rarely get a week off during the regular season, and at times you can get a little bit rusty. I always found as a player in the playoffs, it just gets you out of sync a little bit.
And all of these guys are so used to playing every second night. Here's the call from Kelly Sutherland.
The original play with the puck going off the skate is not being challenged. That was a good goal. The goalie interference is being challenged.
So first, they had to check and see if it was kicked in, and now the challenge.
Talk about a process, yeah. The little bit of a right skate movement there in front of the net by Armia is what they have just said, okay, that wasn't a kick-in. We kind of figured that. But I guess they got to go through the whole process right. There's no kick there, but I still think if the goalie interference called by Sutherland was the one right off the bat, I can't imagine that they're going to let this one go.
He hits his stick before the puck's across the goal line.
Yeah, the thing you could argue is saying, did it really have any effect? Could Fleury have even stopped that anyways? Because it did go past his pad. Gerard Gallant surely doesn't feel that's the case.
The more time this takes, the more you think that they've got some question about his original call.
I think it's a wise play by Paul Maurice, though. It's just too big of a swing here to not take a chance at it. Why not? And you're right, they're taking a long time. The argument I would have is that the puck had gone past the pad of where Fleury was and then hit the skate, so he wasn't going to be able to make the save anyways.
And that's, I'm sure, what the discussion is all about now, or Kelly's initial decision would have been held up.
Yeah, you could see, like, it didn't stop him from getting the leg out there. I've been baffled at this a few times, why, you know, we've seen games where a penalty's been called. And if you're calling goalie interference, why has it been not a penalty?
Very seldom have they called both the goal off and the interference.
I know the fans patiently awaiting. This is a frustrating time. For me, I'd like to see goals like that count. No reason why. Hard enough to put him in the back of the net, and that to me was not enough of a collision with the goaltender that it shouldn't count.
They always ask the question, was the goaltender able to make the save? Was he interfered with so that he couldn't make a save? And we have a decision finally to render.
After coach's challenge for goaltender interference, it's determined there was no goaltender interference prior to the puck entering the net. Therefore, the call on the ice is overturned.
3-0 Winnipeg.
Well, the fans waited a while to be able to scream and yell. That took a long process. I think at the end, Jim, it's what we were talking about. By the end of that, fifth time you looked at the goal, that Fleury wasn't going to be able to stop it anyways. It went by him, and then the contact happened.
Gerard Gallant, you heard or saw him say, "You're kidding me." And a delayed reaction outside to a 3-0 Winnipeg lead.
Bobby didn't quite score him like that very often, did he? But he tried to do it like the Buffalo goal and the Line A goal before.
So it'll be Joel Armia's goal, set up by Ben Sherratt at 7:35.